Alright, I am here. Changing stream to Hex. And serious question, am I alone? Give me a shout out, peeps, if you're in the chat. I know I missed last week and this is not my normal night. What's up, Stigma Buster? Good to see you here. So last week, I was just kind of physically a wreck. Just having really kind of bad depression, anxiety day. I did not want to put myself in front of a camera. I barely got through the work day. So it's like, you know what, it's not a good idea to stream. I said I'd try to do a makeup episode over the weekend, and then I just spent my time trying to work on my novel and do other things over the weekend. So, we did miss last week, if you were wondering where I was. And then yesterday, I will fully admit I got sucked up in Destiny and wanting to get into Destiny 2 with friends. So I postponed Dungeon Masters of Entrath for one day to try to get the ragged edge of, oh my god, Destiny hype out of my system. Exactly. Sometimes you need your mental health days, and doing a stream like Dungeons of Masters of Entrath is more performance art than I think some people realize. Nobody's giving me a hard time or anything, so I don't want to sound like I'm giving anybody a hard time, because I'm not. It's just, it can be taxing, especially if you're not in the right mental place for it. But as always, I have designed the dungeon. It's the same dungeon we have been running for a little while here. Let me see if I can get the map up here. So the bonus rooms have been taken out, but 2 out of the 4 bosses remain. We have had Peace Tinker and Ducklet as winners, taking out various bosses. 2 remain. Then, probably this Sunday, I need to take some time while football is on and start cranking out decks for the next dungeon, which is going to be what I've called Jank Locket, where you're allowed to use Jankbot and Locket of Reflection and rare resources if you want, but no other rares or legendaries. And decks have to be 150 cards. Anything that is not a rare resource, a Jankbot, or a Locket has to be 2 ofs, so that they can proc off the Locket. You're not required to have the Jankbots or the Lockets, but if you do have them, I mean, by all means use them. It will be strongly to your benefit to use those. So yeah, I like to do deck building while watching football. I can maneuver the monitor around. I can set up a little side table over to the side here, and I can watch the NFL while deck building or doing drafts and stuff. Because it's hard for me to keep my full attention on a football game for 3 hours, or 6 if I'm watching back to back. But if I can kind of have it on as the thing to kind of watch in the background while playing Hex or something else, then it is fantastic. The rules for the current dungeon: commons, uncommons only, no rares, no legendaries, format's immortal. If you've been playing in any of Function's tournaments, then you already have a deck that meets the rules for this. So if anybody wants to have a crack at the dungeon, as it says along the bottom of your screen here, please let me know. I need your Hex in-game name, as well as which starting room you want to start in, either starting room 1 or 2. It just dictates which path you're gonna take through the dungeon here, whether you're gonna go to start 2 to room 3 to 4, and then towards one of the bosses, or start 1 to 2 to 4, and then towards the bosses. You're pulling for the Ravens. I got 2 teams. I'm in Minnesota, so I want to see my Vikings actually win a Super Bowl this year, especially when it's going to be in our home stadium. I am less than a 30-minute drive from the home of Super Bowl, whatever the next one is. 51, 52? And if it's not going to be them, then I'm a Giants fan, too. Since it's a new ladder season, if I don't have challengers for a little while, I will do some Evo, I think. And if later on we still do not have any challengers, then I will probably bid you guys adieu and go play some Destiny. Because we are here for primarily Dungeon Masters tonight. So, is there a deck in this Evo? Okay, so I do what I always do when I just need to save a deck and walk away from it, and that is jam it full of shards. And when you remove the shards, this is 23 cards, so I think my past self said this is what you have to play. I see a Poppy Cake Peddler, and I left myself with the Fate Weave Champion, so that's a strong signal where I was trying to go with this. You'll go. Excellent. Cancel. Don't save the rule on my shards. Alright, I'm sending you Whisper. And which starting room are we doing? Doing room 2. Alright, I am ready for you. I will be going to the Minnesota Renaissance Festival this weekend, probably Saturday. And playing there is going to be Stariel, so the band you're hearing right now. Playing a lot of medieval folk music, as well as some modern stuff with a medieval twist to it, like this. Raptos rolling up with some Fate Weave. Cannot keep a one shard hand. This'll do. Bounce, copy, retrieve an action. It will allow us to start doing things and going places. Play Shard Pass. Not much to do in the early turns here. Alright, so Fate Weaving normally costs 3. It now costs 2. Interesting. Well, how do I just get to... I shouldn't be trying to multitask with this much. I'm just trying to see if I got things up on YouTube properly. Alright, so there's no troop to bounce, so let's get the Thunderfield Elder out here. That will get the next action in your deck gets when you play this, copy it. I failed to upload the last episode to YouTube. Alright, so this is a Diamond and a Wild Fate Weave Brew. And since we have nothing else to do on 4, we'll get down the Mystic Naturalist and pass her back. both instances, rocking AAs. Bring to Justice, also alternate art. Immediately slaps down Mystic Naturalist, so we're not going to be able to swing in with a good bird army. Alright, and we have stunned troops with nothing to stun. Alright, I will go ahead and play the Coyotal Shaman for a 2/4 flying body and to get another prophecy trigger in the deck. Still haven't found the action that is copied. Poppy Cake Peddler is of course that deck's entire reason to exist, or a very significant linchpin to it. Can it target itself? It can target itself. So that is going to enable things to keep getting bigger and better. So let's go ahead and bounce that back to the hand and make it cost 5. Swing for 5. And I don't think I played a shard yet. Play the shard, pass the turn. Halfway to the amount of charges needed to throw everything back in the hand. Here's how you be an obnoxious tempo jerk. Throw it right back in the hand. So you can Fate Weave, but you're not going to grow. And we still have a Daring Freebooter to stun it when it comes back out. Assuming it comes back out. So this could be game without some removal. Because that's 7, and then it can be 7 again next turn with Daring Freebooter stunning. Raptos is not going to enjoy this. Freebooter, swing 7. And that's what got copied. So would have been able to play that for 4 charges, and that would have put us over the top too. Wow. Avatar of Sapphire actually looked like a good deck for once. It curved perfectly and had the nice ratio of tempo drain, which it's not been known to do lately. So we're to add 1 Howling Plains Bluegrass to the pile of cards, thanks to Rory. Couldn't get up in time. I won't make that dirty. It's begging me to. But I'm gonna leave that one hanging there. So we're at 12. We're at 12 failed attempts between dungeon clears. I was actually supposed to add 2,000 gold to the prize pool instead of a rare. So let's go 1, put this back. 3, just kidding. We're adding 2,000 gold, and the prize pool has 18,000 gold in it. Alright. Do we have anybody else who wishes to challenge the dungeon? If so, please let me know. Otherwise, I will do an Evo match to give Stigma Buster a cooldown, and then you'll be eligible to play again. So I'm going to give it a minute to skim this and review this, and if I don't see any other challengers in chat... It can brick. Like a poppy cake peddler repeatedly saying, no, you don't get to play yet. Get back to the hand. Get back to the hand. It's not your turn yet. So this deck really wants to try Shard. Only need 1 ruby. Eventually need 2 wild. Probably just for the muzzle mauler. Definitely really need 2 diamond. Two Orchinayas in hand, yes, that would have... Whenever this attacks or blocks Fate Weave. So whenever it attacks or blocks, it basically becomes 2/2 when combined with the Poppy Cake Peddler. That would have been very bad for me. That would have been bad in a hurry. So we want that as a dual shard, we want that as a dual shard.
Finish what you started.
Yeah, we're gonna call that good and not think too hard about this. So, last I checked, I swear there was some bug with this. Okay, so that's correct now. Save. I don't see any other challengers, so let's try to do an Evo match. It's new ladder season. Hopefully we got some, we don't have to wait too long here. I haven't been playing a whole lot of Hex the last few weeks just because I don't want to burn out on one of the things I love the most. And so I go through phases where I play a crap ton of Hex, and then times where I hardly play it at all. And considering that I do Dungeon Masters Entrath every Wednesday, which for the last few weeks has been almost all the Hex I will play, I definitely don't want to burn out on it. Boy, it's going to be real awkward if we can't find an Evo game. I might just give up on that and say, okay, we tried. Stigma Buster, that was your cooldown. You are eligible again. Wow, okay, so Hex has 80 people watching streams right now. Lawbreakers has only 100. I would have thought that game would be a bigger deal on Twitch than it has been. Meanwhile, Arc, which has been out for years, has 7,668 viewers. We have 6 Hex streams up right now, which is more than the norm. Alright, so I'm going to give this another minute, and if we haven't found an Evo opponent, then Stigma Buster, I will call you back to the big leagues if you want another run against the dungeon. Oh, I think we found it. This is going to be interesting if I win, because I don't actually remember. I should have taken more time to read what was in this deck. This is fine. It's probably not fine, but it has 2/2 drops in it. We hit a few shards within the first few draws and we'll be golden. Especially if we find a second diamond. 2, 3, 4. I mean, I guess it's a 3-drop, so it's not the worst pickup. It's just one resource away from being playable. Dueling Fate Weaves. Right, so there's like 4 sources of ruby in the deck, and I've already found 2 of them. Let's go ahead and play the Rhyme Claw. Don't swing into a trade. Alright, so Gudu's going to begin the health climb now from 17 in the realms of being in a better position. No plays. You're a rather Fate Weavy deck for Papa Goot. Alright, so missing that critical wild shard. I have no idea what I'm doing with this deck. Goot's climbing. Time is usually Papa Goot's friend. Start of your turn, bury the top card of each opposing champion's deck. Yeah, we don't have wild yet, so I'm gonna have to go ahead and Fate Weave for fortune. Try to apply a little bit of pressure. Runic Strike. Nope. Frost Blast. And that's going to Fate Weave, so we're going to end up trading. Of course, I put a resource I needed on top of my deck. I lose a wild shard. Forgot that that's how that works. Well, at least can exhaust that pre-combat. Oh, and of course, so I don't control an elemental anymore, so I can't use his power to take that out. Very clever. Very clever. Silver lining at least. Papa Good is on one card in hand. Almost is up to our life total. A second ghastly exchange.
What is thy bidding, my master?
Yeah, I'll take that out.
You're walking in the woods. There's no one around and your phone is dead. Out of the corner of your eye, you spot him.
Fate Wave for a resource. Still need to find a source of
about
wild.
30 feet back. He gets down on all fours and breaks into a sprint. He's gaining on you. You're
That's
looking for
not
your
a source
car,
of
but you're all
wild.
turned around.
The
He's almost
Tri-Shard
upon you now, and you can
Trolls.
see there's blood on his face. My God, there's blood everywhere.
Running for your life from Shia LaBeouf. He's brandishing a knife. It's Shia LaBeouf. Lurking in the shadows. Hollywood superstar Shia LaBeouf.
Oh, we lost two cards. Well, Orchinaya is unplayable right now. Shard of Conquest isn't the threshold we need, so in a weird way that's kind of doing us a favor.
Now it's dark, and you seem to have lost him. But you're hopelessly lost yourself. Stranded with a murderer. You creep silently through the underbrush.
So Arc Amplifier, at the start of your turn, a random troop you control gets +2/+2.
You move stealthily toward it, but your leg! Ah! It's caught in a bear!
Ah! Lost a wild threshold. They lost Twilight Eclipse, so that's good. That would have ended us real quick.
You limp into the dark.
Alright, do you have a
woods,
combat
blood
trick?
oozing from your stump leg. You've beaten Shia LaBeouf.
I don't think that works how you think that works. Yep, that didn't work how you thought it did. So, wanted to destroy this, I used this one shot to make it invincible. Did get the Nightfall. Now we can swing with a 4/5 Rhyme Claw.
His head topples to the floor, expressionless. You fall to your knees and catch your breath. You're finally safe.
Okay, this is your Gladiator. Bonuses instead affect both attack and defense. And it's not a deploy effect, it's a constant state. And so now we got the concession. He couldn't kill us before he ran out of cards. Victory. How'd we do? How'd we make out? Paired Power, the rare. Actions in your hand get when you play this copy at this turn. Waxed On. Maybe a couple useful things in there. We'll go ahead and back out. And Stigma Buster, let me know if you want another bite at the apple here. Is that on now? Yeah, that's right. Thursday Night Football. Well, of course CBS is gonna give Tom Brady a verbal handy. It's Tom freaking Brady. How can they not? And I'm being sarcastic here, of course, because I think Tom Brady's a tool. but they were the same way with Brett Favre, especially John Madden. Alright, go ahead and send me an invite. Let me know if you want to use room 1, go to room 1 or room 2 again. And I'm going to take a quick second to reload my water. Yeah, Brett Favre was not a total dickhead. As much as I didn't like him for being a Packer, you know, since he was on the Packers as a Vikings fan, except for the years where he was a Viking and not a Packer. Alright, sounds good. Send me the challenge and we shall roll. Alright. Raptors has switched flavors and is now going Candlekin. Keeping this because our win condition is in hand. Polymorphic Army is 1x. Transform each troop you control into a random troop with cost X. So we want to spam the board with a bunch of troops, as many as possible, and then use Polymorphic Army to to late game evolve them all into big bad scary threats. And it's something different every time because you never know. When it's random, you never know what you're gonna get. This deck is also very random in that I think everything in the deck is a 1-of except for Polymorphic Army. There's 4. Wasn't the double threshold I was really looking for this turn, but we can make do with it. Swinging for 2, throw down pile of nuts. Face and pile of nuts. Costs 4 to transform into a merry squirrel, so we would need to find a resource. Resource, really Mystic Naturalist is probably the better play. Not a resource. Siegesaurus was a good pickup though for that because it now costs 4. The same thing swing in next turn and it would be free. When this attacks, it gets flight this turn. Alright, so that is a solid threat on its own. Let's get some trash off the bottom of our deck and try to find some shards. Did get 1. Gonna Fate Weave for another one. Do I want to swing with this? I don't think. I'm conflicted. That would get this down to 1. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. If you go for the kill, you're losing your candle kin. You would get another one back. Okay, does not go for the kill there. Oh, that's what got the. Oh, we can't play that yet because of the double threshold. Ah, I got so excited because this is the one that got to play. You may have this battle target opposing troop. We should be able to take that out. So almost sweet. No attack. Cannot find a second resource, or second wild threshold. Goes for a block there. Let's see if we can turn it into a 4-drop that actually kills. Nope, they don't do anything to each other. You got an Undying Weaver. Put this in your hand to lose 4 health. So basically it's a 5/4. Sword Trainer. As another troop with cost equal to or greater than this center's play, it gets power equal to that. Vorpus. When this attacks another troop you control, gets +1 attack and swift strike. Oh man. Facing a lot. Oh, I think we're dead. I think we're just dead. Got the critical mass of candles. Target troop for what? Oh my god, I'm an idiot. I just gave my own dude minus power. I didn't understand. I'm sorry. Well, let's get rid of the awful Illuminate thing. Now maybe that was enough card output on the board to have some kind of hope. Oh god. So they're all 6/6s now. No swing. You are the worst 4-drop, so let's try to grow you into something less sucky. You're now a 3/3 Swift Strike. So swinging with the flyer, I don't dare swing with anything else. Seven sevens. See, the clap back would be too strong though. Alright, so we'll kill one outright. Chump, take 14. So now that's 4. That's 10. Oh, that was looking tough for a while there. GG Stigma. Once again, let's update our prize pool. Okay, so now this time we're gonna add in the just one of those nights. Sadly, that is how it can be sometimes. So do we have anyone else in chat who wishes to challenge the dungeon? Otherwise, what I think I will do, if we have no other challengers, is Stigma, if you want one more shot at it, I'll give you a third crack without a cooldown. And then after that, if we don't have another challenger, I'm going to sign off, make this a real short episode. Just go play some Destiny. And hope we have bigger following when I return to my regular hours next week. I know the change of night can throw some people off. Hopefully missing a week didn't completely destroy my following. But yeah, let me know if you want to take a third crack at it, Stigma. I won't make you wait. I'm running out of plat. I might have missed, you know, oh crap, Highlands. Okay, Ryan. Does this leave the does this battle board leave the store tomorrow, do you know? I feel like we're on the eve of a rotation. And I might need to buy this tonight. Or I would be in trouble. Challenge, Immortal. Starting room 1, yes. Alright, this time, Dungeon Master, challenge you! Okay, it is rotating. Alright, I will top off on some platinum then and buy that after the stream. Alright, Raptos, third attempt, third deck. Keeping it fresh. Because they mulled the 5, I'm keeping this. Fate Weave for a shard, play a shard. Why, Kismet, why? Kismet is a fickle mistress. Oh my god. Wild threshold, please. We have 8 people streaming Hex at the moment. That's a nice uptick. Alright, there's the wild shard I desperately wanted to see. Runear Elite. When a troop enters play under your control, this gets +2/+2, and it does have Crush, so the added bonus is actually a nice thing. Lost a polymorphic army, lost a mystic naturalist. But we do have a polymorphic in hand. Yeah, you know what, we're not swinging. Shackling strands that baby, so we don't have to worry about 4 damage a turn. Actually, probably could have done that pre-combat and then swung in for the 1. That would have been the smarter play. Lost Wild Shard, lost Lyricist, lost Witch of the Witching Well. Oh. Those were some losses that actually hurt. So I think I'm going to want to throw down the Runear first. Swing in for 1. Cyclone Shaman. That allows for a swing of 5. Fate Weave is garbage with Fever Bloom on board, because... Oh wait, no, that's... Never mind, we don't lose at the beginning of every turn. So without mill effects, we could possibly get what we want.
Suddenly silence.
Yeah, I'll take Fortune. And in a trap move, swing with everything. 0 blocks. Alright, so Butcher's gonna take out the flyer. Bastard spawn a Bakrug. Got rid of another polymorphic army. Runic Chrysalis defensively turn the Woolly Mo into something that could take out that other flyer. Alright, we got... I think we have this now. Tough break. Bum deal, Raptos. I did have a polymorphic army in hand. So I was ready to blow up the board again. It is not your night. Not your night, unfortunately. So we're gonna add 2,000 gold into the pool, which gets us up to another 20,000 gold. And I'm gonna make one last call for any other challengers. Otherwise, it's gonna be a short, very short stream tonight, and we'll give it a more sincere effort next week. Well, Stigma, I appreciate you showing up to play. Otherwise, I would have probably said about 15-20 minutes. I guess we're not doing a show tonight. Okay, I don't see anybody else speaking up in chat, so I'm gonna call it an early night tonight. I will be back at. You did help stuff the prize pool. I will be back, barring a mental health breakdown. I will be back next Wednesday, which is September 13th at my usual time. And next Tuesday, September 12th, is my birthday. So we'll see if I want to do a stream on my birthday. If I do, it may be Hex, it may be Destiny. It will be whatever the heck I feel like. But yeah, I'm gonna sign off. Thank you once again for stopping by, Stigma, and playing with me. I really do sincerely appreciate that. Hope you have a lovely night, and I'll catch you next week.